Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my videos. Like always, here come the slogan: re up the weapons and turn them on. Mayday, 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 don't ramp with the payday. Beware, 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 shotgun, engage to shoot. Run them down and burn them down. Shotgun, pour out and woo. Your people, welcome to my video. This one called adjustment. And adjustment comes in many things. You understand? Because when you was a boy, you notice you make adjustment. You went from pampers, some people from napkin or nappy. Nappy the word. Understand? You notice we making adjustment growing, right? And then after we reach that stage, then you have school. And you got the kindergarten, and you got the little all-age school, and then you got the high school, then you got college, and you got university. You notice life giving us adjustment? Do you notice life is giving us adjustment? By just the system way. And the system make adjustment. When you create a crime on yourself, what do you think will happen? The system make adjustment hunting you to lock you up. If the system catch you, what the system do? The system make adjustment and look at the law they got and put you in prison. That's the adjustment they make. Understand? When you're in a relationship with someone, understand? And the relationship is going good. As soon as a fight happen, what you notice happen? Adjustment. The adjustment come with separation, and the adjustment come with also making up and forgiveness. And only few people have forgiveness in the adjustment. But when I check it, it's only few people can actually make adjustment. 85 or 95% of them can make the adjustment. Some people will get opportunity to make adjustment, but when they look at the situation, they do not have the approach to make the adjustment. Understand? If somebody show you a rich idea, understand, to speak to someone, to deal with someone, and that person is punching you and kicking you, if you have a elevation mind, you are going to make adjustment to have that elevation. You understand? Because this is why a lot of people are poor. A lot of people do not know how to build from scratch. When you're building from scratch, it takes adjustment. Everyone just want the pie on the table. It's like they have robbing thinking. They do not have building thinking. They have stealing thinking. They don't have patient growth thinking. That's what adjustment is, patient growth. And if you look at nature, nature's making patient growth adjustment. If a fruit tree, I mentioned fruit tree in my videos, if a fruit tree going to bear fruit, it cannot just come out of nowhere and bear fruit. The seed of the plant first. And this is why the soil making adjustment for it to bear fruit. If you found it and you want to take that fruit and sell it to many people, that's your adjustment. But when you check it now, you have to make adjustment in everything, and the soil show you. If you check nature do it every day. Sunlight comes out. What it is? The daytime. Then it went down into the it's setting into the other side, and in somewhere else it is day again, and in where you at is night. It's making adjustment, and then you notice that sometimes it's cloudy and it's not cloudy. You stand, and then you notice it rainfall and it's not falling, and then you notice it's all nature. But nature's make adjustment. It make it adjustment spiritually, physically. Sometimes it even flood you out, but you got to check it. That's just life, and that's what make life is what it is. Adjustment. And if you check your body, look at my hair on my face. You notice you making adjustment. It grow a beard. There's a time it used to be like, and someone put something on it, and it make adjustment because some bacteria hit it, and it kind of burn it out a little, but I still keep my beard. And this is what life is. You meet someone, and they might be your bacteria of your life. Understand? And they're taking their time, like what I call it, like a knit, and just keep eating you away, but you do not realize that person beside you eating you away. If you could see that, you'd have made the adjustment and take yourself away from it. Follow the music and take away yourself. I understand, big up the artist who sing that. Understand? And you have to realize what I'm trying to tell you about adjustment. Now, if you check the ghetto levels of the system making adjustment, it killed the ghetto, because the ghetto don't realize, so you have to follow the system adjustment to get a certain level. A rebel like me, who use a technology to elevate myself and sell products, is adjustment I make, because I used to work. And when I used to work, I used to realize I have to make adjustment, because every day a product comes in. Understand? And like I told you in my video, if the product is not selling, we put it on the end cap. Yeah, what's up to Costco? Put it on end cap, and then if people into it, they'll be into it. But even when they're not into it, there's someone for it. Understand? I noticed some of them make sale faster than some. And this is what people adjusting to. This is what it was. It was in the wrong spot. So when you're in the wrong spot, nothing don't move. But if you put yourself into the right spot, things will move. It's the same thing like my videos them. I put them on YouTube, they don't really move. I put them on Instagram, they don't move. I put them on my Substacks, they move, because that's where the adjustment came. So you might be putting things in a spot where everybody's growing, but it's not growing there. Understand? So you have to make adjustment. The same thing like you're in a country and you're trying everything. You got your degree, you have the most important education, you got the skills, and everybody with the same skill surviving, but you are not surviving. You are not on that level. You're not on that top level, but everybody with that same skill like you, they're on the top level. But I bet you if you get up and go to Bermuda, go to Jamaica, try Africa, New Uganda, Ethiopia, try England, try Bermuda, try Japan and China, with that same skill you might elevate, but you do not realize that your mind have to be like the sun and go and just shine here and go set somewhere else. Understand? The moon, same thing. The moon comes out in the night and then it goes somewhere else when there is night. You got to make adjustment to save yourself. So you have to look at what you're doing and ask, what type of adjustment I have to do to make the situation work. Understand? So even if you're fighting evil powers, and you're fighting magical witchcraft voodoo power, you still have to make adjustment just by holding a bath. Make the adjustment. Just keep yourself clean. Keep your room clean is a big adjustment. But a lot of people don't realize it. They say, oh, I'm being spelled. Okay, then clean up your room. Wash your dishes. Sweep out your home every morning. Sweep up your yard every morning. Stop keeping funky clothes in your home. You put that in somewhere and wash that out. That is breaking spells. You understand? And when you do that, you're making adjustment. Some people say go to church, but if your home is your church, but you go to church, you're still making adjustment. You understand? You have to learn to make adjustment in everything you do. Understand? There was a time you used to roll the streets. You no more rolling the streets. You grow up. You left that for some little people. There was a time you used to party, and when you party, you notice you have to back up the party. Anyone that was doing party all the time, ask them. So after a while, when they notice their friend gone, the different DJ, the different promoter, everything just a fade away like that. You notice they're no more. They're just hot for 1 year, 3 years, and some get locked up, prison, shot down, crippled up. You understand? Move to another state. You notice the party scene making changes, but you are not making changes. There's some young you came doing the same thing like you. You think you're tough. You probably have to shoot one. Understand? You have to make adjustment. You have to say, okay, this part of the party, am I gone? Let me go to an adult one. Let me change up from this young crowd and go to another one. You got to make adjustment, because I see that in myself. When I was doing a lot of party, I used to be at our club. And then I noticed my friends them no more around like before. Understand? They grow up, they have children, they married, they're doing other things. Then some get deported, some under the ground. Understand? And some rebirth, and some are eternal, but I didn't know. Understand? But then they'll separate themselves and they say, I cannot be going to this place no more. When I look, I see some young youth comes in. I go to one spot, I'm saying, oh man, this is the same crowd. But it's just a younger version. So I have to move away from it, so I make adjustment. Understand? I used to smoke all the time. I said, well, my body is no more into that realms where it could hold that power like it used to. So I lay off the smoke. You understand? I make adjustment. I say, let me lay off the smoke like that. Let's not drink like I used to be. Let's exercise. And I start to run around from Farmers down to Linden, go all the way to Francis Lewis, up on Jamaica Avenue, come around and get my body fit to get rid of that out of my body, because I have to make adjustment. Because now I realize all what I was putting in my body as a boy is still in my bone, it's still in my flesh. You have to remove the energy, and this is what I done. You understand? So now, all the type of women that I used to go offer, I have to change that and start to look at the life as a growing level. So I'm making adult and what they call it, adult change of mind, adult looking at the world different, and how to deal with women different, and how to carry myself different, because I came up on at a level of the street level. You understand? So this is what it is. So if you do not make adjustment in life, it will tear it down, man. When something building, check the structure of the building, how you make adjustment. Before this, the house become the doors and the windows and the roof, right? What always happened? The foundation dig first. The side was always there. So some people come together, and if it's a builder, and then a person like me wanted something to build, I hire him. We go into the contract. We're making adjustment. I'm making approach, and I'm making sure the contract's on, and I pay him, and then he bring his guys. After he bring his guys, what happen now? They dig up, they plow it up. They bring their tractor and they move it. But if you notice, they have to bring the concrete, the cement, and the steel. He making adjustment, and then when it's time ready, you see he take time. He build up the four side, and then he put in the pipe water, the drain, and everything that needed. Then you notice he got some other guys come and they start to build up with steel, and then slowly by slowly you notice it become a one home. Understand? And this is what life is. You have to learn to dig the foundation to make adjustment. And the first thing you have to do is start by looking within yourself and ask what is wrong. And a lot of people don't realize, I sometimes put things on my door to remind myself, to teach myself, to remind myself to be up here, to take calm. And then I start to look at how people see things. You understand? This is why when people reach the heights of understanding or overstanding, they adjust themselves from certain people. You understand? And then they start to realize this is not really what it is. You know what I'm saying? What it is to make adjustment in life. Understand? And what you can make adjustment to, you just move away from it. If you want to stay the way you are, that's on you. But if something is provoking you and something is a part of a problem, and you stay into the problem, you're just going to be into the problem all the time. If you're into a situation where you want to get out of the situation and you just get up every day and procrastinating, it's not going to work. The only way to make the changes is to make adjustment. And adjustment cannot just get up and just do it like that. You got to be like the contractor. How he do it, understand? And the builder, he got to get the foundation structure first, strong first. If the foundation is weak, you're going to crumble when you go out. You have to learn to adjust yourself. That's what it is. You understand? And I make many videos, and I know this, like on YouTube, it don't go to that level. I make adjustment, I go somewhere else. But one thing I learned, if you put it on a structure where they do not want it there, it will tear down. And many websites and many Flickr and all of them others ones that delete what I do like this. You understand? But when I realize I do not want that there, so I find somewhere where they're okay with it. Same thing with Facebook. I put a lot of videos on Facebook. You understand? I see some people do some things. I'm like, I don't buy certain levels to get certain levels. But I realize some people don't. So I just post videos like this for you to understand yourself and to look into things different. And I look at the adjustment of that. I said, wow. I did a lot of videos that could enlighten your mind, but some people do not see it like that. You understand? So I make adjustment for them to understand. You understand? I want you to understand that. So I am making adjustment on my social, making adjustment in my speech, making adjustment in my music, making adjustment in everything. So when it comes to you, you have to do the same thing. If you have children, you got to realize the children is growing up. You have to make adjustment how you speak to your children. How you speak to them in front of their friend. Embarrassment your children in front of your children, in front of their friends is not a good thing to do, because the mind gonna make adjustment into hate. And this, you understand, a few children will keep that and forgive. You understand? You gotta learn how to teach them. So as you grow, you gotta adjust with your children. And the same thing when you meet someone, if you didn't have a behavior, and you know that behavior is a behavior that's going to make you and your relationship don't work, you have to make adjustment. You got to tell your partner, so listen, this is a fault I got, and please help me. And do not get mad at me when I do that situation, because it's a very bad one, and I have to work on it. You got to work on the adjustment. And listen, people don't just get up and change. So if you have a problem and it's going to affect your relationship, you have to make sure you watch what you do. The first thing you do, you think what you're going to do before you get to that person. If you want to keep a situation, because you look at the adjustment you make when you're going to work. When people want to keep job, what they do, they get up in the morning, wash their face, brush their teeth, adjust themselves, come on, put their 13, iron their clothes off, and go and try the job and looking fresh and clean. If they're going to the job looking buses and don't look right, the boss won't call them aside and say, this is not the behavior and this is not what we're looking for. You understand? They go right down for not being neat and attire. Some job we give you right up for neat and attire, man. If you don't neat and attire and follow the rules of the company and the dress code, you might get right up and move. So you gotta watch the adjustment you make to go inside of work to look the perfect and carry yourself up. You understand? But some women and some men, they'll just make adjustment to just go to party and smoke weed and just look sexy and look while it makes expensive clothes. But what's important, they do not want to make adjustment for it. So the most important thing to do is to protect yourself and learn how to adjust with the environment and learn to adjust around people who you can't get along with, and you know that you can't make no adjustment for that situation. Just get away from them. You understand? Because not everything we're going to adjust with and not everything we're going to tolerate. You understand? Something we're going to lash out. You understand? But learn to keep your calm. I can't tell you I'm good at keeping calm because I will lash out. You understand? So remember, you check my videos them out there for your entertainment. I remember, listen to Ghetto Love Lesson. Put it in your Ghetto Love Lesson. And I want you to check out Season of Permanent Love. Teenager Doing the Right Thing. Understand? Let's check out my DVD there, man. And check out my Substocks and watch my videos them. It's all reality. It's all straight from the mind. I'm on the tune, people.